Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley. And in today's class, we're going to be sharing opinions, practicing our opinion making skills, giving a topic sentence and supporting sentences, giving our reasons and examples. And also we may be doing, we may disagree a little bit, so we may also be practicing a little bit of how to express disagreement or agreement when we share these quotes and what we think about them. Hello, good morning, Raul.
Hello.
Good night. Good night, as it may be. Yeah. Where are you from, Raul?
I'm from Venezuela.
Venezuela, okay. Definitely night where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's that? Where do I live? I'm an American, but I'm living in the Philippines now, so it's morning time here. And in today's class, we're going to be sharing opinions, practicing our opinion. Oh, okay. Raul, I'm getting a little echo. Okay, so guys, before we start, if you have the Verbling window open and you're in the Hangout, just close the window or, pause the recording. Otherwise, we get echo. It's always better if you have a headset or a microphone so we don't hear external noises. Thanks, Raul. Just going to say hi to a couple other people and we'll get started. Hi, Tarcisio. Long time no see.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, how have you been?
I've been good. Thank you for asking. And you?
I'm well. So you've been, I take it you've been busy.
Yes, working a lot.
Working a lot.
Yes.
Okay, well.
And your class is too late for me.
Yeah, I kind of changed my schedule around. Yeah. But good to see you again, anyway.
You too.
Hello, Yosra. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, nice to see you in class again.
Thank you.
Rodolfo, of course, pleasure. Hi, how are you?
Fine, teacher.
Okay, ooh, loud and clear. Very good. Excellent. Okay, good to see you again. Welcome to the class. And hello, Juan. Hi, Juan. Senor Sobrado, Juan, are you there? Okay, well, Juan, fix your microphone because we're going to want to hear from you. Definitely. Okay, class, here's what we're doing. I'm going to share just some quotes with you from famous people, or maybe even not quite so famous people. And I'm going to be asking your opinion about that quote. Now, your opinion may be that you strongly agree, perhaps you strongly disagree, but I want you to express your opinion. I strongly disagree with this statement. I think it's wrong because, and then give your reasons. Try to use discourse markers or signal language. My first reason is. Secondly, I think, as well, try to be conscious about using that kind of language. And don't be afraid if I go around the class asking for people's opinion. You don't have to agree with everyone else. You can disagree, and I expect and hope that there will be controversy. These are controversial quotes. Okay, we should have some debate here, hopefully. Um, a quick hello to Monty. Hi, Monty.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Hi. Monty, if you have the Verbling window open, please pause the live.
Okay, fine. Fine,
Live
fine.
recording.
Closing.
Okay? Because we're getting some echo. All right, let's get started. Okay, hang on. I'll do a screen share with you all, and we'll talk about this first quote here. All right, we're going to look at quote numero uno, number one. Let's talk about love. Always controversial. The subject of love. Okay, Raul, can you see the screen share?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, could you read this for us?
Okay. True love is like ghost, which everybody talks about and few have seen.
Okay. Francois Duc de la Rochefort. I can't say that guy's name, so I don't expect you to. All right. True love is like ghosts, which everybody talks about and few have seen. Now, Raul,
Okay.
is that a picture of you? With
Yeah, the guy, of course.
the guy. I assumed the guy. All right. And who is the lovely young woman with you?
Oh, she's my cousin.
Okay. Good. Perfect. Okay, so what is your opinion of this quote?
I agree with it.
Well, I thought you might. Okay. You agree with it. All right. True love is like ghosts. Everybody talks about, few have seen. Why do you, oh, wait a minute. I'm actually a little surprised.
Why is that?
Why do you agree with it?
Because it's like some people think they fall in love, but they actually maybe it's like a they say just just for saying it. I mean, it's just like it says, everybody talks about it and nobody knows actually about it.
Nobody knows. It begs the question, you may include this in your response. What is love, really? Can we define love? Well, okay. Rodolfo, what do you think?
I don't really know, but I think that I agree with that quotation.
Okay, good.
Because well, I have seen many couples for many couples that have been very have loved too much each other, and then a little time before, a little time after, they broke up. Yeah, and well, I think that's. Sorry, I'm.
It's okay. No, you're making your point. You know, you're making your point, and you're making your point in a good way, Rodolfo. What you're giving me kind of examples why to support why you think that true love is rarely seen. You're doing okay. Trust me, you're doing okay. So, all right, okay. Let me talk to this. You're on the right track, and I'm gonna talk to you later, Rodolfo. Tarcisio, thank you for putting up the link to the document. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, what do you think, Tarcisio? What do you think? Do you think true love is rarely seen, like ghosts?
I think it is right. I think it means that real love is rare, and definitely it is. Mainly because we live in a century that love isn't that important. And, well, it is important for drama or to get money, like in music. Adele. people just people just wanna have fun and they only look for their own wounds. You can trust them at all. You can trust their feelings.
Okay, they only look for their own. What did you say?
Wounds. I don't know how to pronounce them, but
Wounds.
Yes.
Wounds. Ah, okay. Do you mean emotional wounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Emotional wounds. Yes.
All right. Well, you know, you use the adjective emotional wounds. You know, usually we think about wounds. It's like, ah, I cut myself. Wounds. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. People are only care about their emotional wounds. But what is that? It's very interesting. Yosra.
In Brazil, we used to say naval.
Naval? I don't even understand that. Okay. All right. Hang on. Go ahead.
It means that a person is really self-centered.
Ah. Oh, navel. Like the belly button.
All on your belly.
All in your... Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Navel. Your navel is your belly button. It's another way we say it in English, where your umbilical cord was cut when you're a baby. So if you're very navel, you're self-centered. You're just looking in at yourself. I've never heard that before, but it makes a lot of sense. I like that sort of analogy. Well, it is an analogy. I like that. That's good. Thanks for sharing. I learned something. I love it when I learn things.
Does it make sense for you?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I get it. I like it. I'll use it. I want to talk to Yosra.
Yes?
Yosra, what do you think about Tharcissio's statement that these days, in this century, love is not important anymore?
Of course, I agree totally with him. Totally
You
with him.
do?
Yeah. It's to find someone and to find that true love. It's not something happens every day. It's very rare. Also, you can find so many people only for fun or to hang out with, but for true love and to share your feelings with, to feel your pain and to feel to feel everything. No, it's not that easy.
Oh, okay. That was a very good answer. Perfect. Really good. Very clear. Excellent. Okay.
I didn't say that love is not important anymore because I'm a really romantic guy.
Okay. I think I caught that. Tarcisio considers himself to be a very romantic guy. Okay. All right. Let me hear from Juan. Juan, is your microphone working?
I think so.
I think it sounds perfect now. Okay, Juan, have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Have you ever seen true love?
No.
Okay. Never. Not in your life. So I take it, I'm going to assume that you agree with the quote.
Yes, I do. And I also agree with the first answer of the first classmate, and
Okay.
the last classmate was Joshua.
Yes.
Who made I agree with you that the great answer, and I agree with her also in her answer, and I would add that we tend, maybe when we're younger, to think that love is only the nice stuff.
Go back to
Very, and also it only includes
generation.
it also includes or just includes good looks and and people only I think when younger and maybe not so young as adults, they still tend to just look at the part in the what's the saying when people marry that the priest says for better and for
For
worse.
better, for worse, for
Mhm.
sicker, for poorer, in sickness and in health. Yeah.
Yes. Well, love tends to exist
Yes,
only on better
makes sense because
when you're not sick and when you're very good. Yeah, when your economy is going good, and it tends to disappear and be invisible as the ghosts when your economy is not that good or your health. And I don't want to give the impression that I say no, it doesn't exist at all. Everything is lost, and because no, but I'm still, and I think a lot of people, including all of us here, would agree that there's a percentage of hope and that there is someone out there. And I also think that if people that think like this is because they are very loving or they know what love, true love is.
Okay. Very
And,
nice.
mhm.
I like the positive sentiment at the end. I'll tell you what else I like. What else I like? Juan showed. He expressed himself in English very well. I think I agree with Juan. I really agree with Yosra. I think her answer was very good. And then he said, "I would add." Very nice way to introduce that you're adding a new point. I would add, however, that, and then he added some points. Very good. All right. Nice job.
Thank you.
Very nice job. Adding an additional point. Okay. Very good. Necessary skill. Monty, are you there?
yeah, I'm there.
You're there.
Yeah.
No, you're here. I mean, you're there.
Yeah, I'm there.
You're somewhere. Okay. Monty, where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome to the class, and what do you think? Our quote was, "True love is like ghosts, which
Yes.
everybody talks about and few have seen." So,
Okay.
What do you
First, yes. First of all, I like to say hi to everyone, and I agree. Yes, I agree with till some extent because if you go back to centuries back, love is possible because in this tradition, is love is very important in the relationship. But now the generation has been changed totally because lifestyle has been changed. Everything has been changed. So depending on that, the relation also. I mean, love is not possible in a particular thing. So in this generation, it's we found rarely because no one likes to live with a single particular person for the long time. So I would like to conclude that.
okay. All right. I didn't catch it, but okay. Something you said in the middle I didn't quite catch, but anyway, to some extent. I like that phrasing, okay, but the pronunciation was slightly off. To some extent, it's true. That's an interesting point of view. I'm not. Well, I'm gonna kind of. All right, just to show you, I'm gonna politely disagree with you. Not that I actually do, but I'm just gonna as an example. That's an interesting point of view, Monty.
Okay.
However, I don't understand how that you think that love was more important 200 years ago, when 200 years ago people were often married for political or economic purposes,
Yes.
and people did not have as much free will to marry whoever they wanted to marry.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Okay, I was actually just showing a way to disagree because everybody's agreeing here. we have to know how to politely disagree without making people angry. Being diplomatic is the word. You need to be diplomatic. Okay, I'm going to start with Rudolfo, okay? Rudolfo, let's look at this next quote. Go ahead and read it if you can see the screen share. Or number 2.
Okay. A man will fight harder for his interest than for his rights.
Yes, and this is Napoleon. I think you guys are all pretty well-educated people. I think we all know who Napoleon was. Okay, what do you think of this statement, Rodolfo? A man will fight harder for his interest than for his rights. First of all, what do you think it means?
I'm not completely sure, but I think that I don't know what it means with his interest. Is it his goals or his?
Well, okay. I think they're talking about, for example, we often use the phrase in English, economic interests. Common phrase. So maybe his own personal economic interests or interest in social or political power. Okay, rather than individual rights.
Well, I think that it sometimes happens. For example, I know I know many people that usually does that. They are more interested in to obtain certain things, certain position, and they don't care that if later they get abused or they get I don't know another word.
Maybe taken advantage of.
Yes. Well, I will give you an example.
Great.
For example, many people here vote for certain person that gives them many, for example, food or products or like that, and then later they don't get what they should get as citizens. For example, good infrastructure, good education, things like that. They don't care about it. They just care about get that thing that they are offering if you vote for them, and yes, things like that.
Thank you.
Okay, that was terrific, actually. And being that I live in the Philippines, and actually we just had elections here in the Philippines 2 days ago. So your examples are really, really good. Spot on. I think so. In the chat box, I wrote immediate gains. I witnessed this recently quite a lot. And your example of elections and then giving specific examples, infrastructure and things like that. Good job giving me an example from your own personal experience. Rodolfo, that's how you do it. I know. I think you're preparing for some IELTS tests or whatever. That's how you answer those questions. Very good. Use your personal experience to draw on to give your supporting reasons and examples. That was really good. You're improving. You're doing good. Okay, that was great. And I can totally relate to exactly what you're saying. I absolutely can. As I said, in the chat box, I wrote immediate gains. Many times people are just concerned, what do they get now? They don't realize what they sacrifice later. Right? I totally hear you, Rodolfo. That was terrific. Tharcisio, what do you think about Napoleon?
I think Napoleon's right. But when your right is involved with your interest, you fight even harder because they are united. As I said before, well, I'm not sure if it is natural on human beings, but we are really Naval. You know Naval? Like we are really selfish.
Ah,
And
okay.
we end up letting our rights aside for doing something more, quote, important, unquote.
Quote important. Quote important. He's giving me one of these. Quote important. Okay. Uh, very funny. All right. Do you think people are really? Yeah, I know. I got it. Do you think people are fundamentally human beings are fundamentally selfish creatures?
Mm,
Tarcissia?
I think normally we are selfish. We care much about ourselves.
Yeah, we care much about ourselves. We care a lot about ourselves. Okay, I like the point of which is a good point. When interests and rights are combined, then people fight even harder. That was a good additional point. Yosra, what do you think? Yosra? Okay, not sure. Yosra may be having problems. Juan, do you think Napoleon is right? People fight harder for their interests rather than uh, their rights.
Yes, there's a tendency for fighting more for personal
Mm-hmm.
interested than for personal rights. I think I don't agree with that. However, I think it happens because well, all the social inequity.
Mm, good.
What's the correct word?
No, that's pretty good. Social inequity.
Social inequity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's the tendency. What?
Okay. All right. Social inequity involves a lot, of course. Economic inequity. Inequity means not equal. The root word is equal. Inequity means not equal. For those students who don't know, there can be economic inequity, inequity in rights or privileges of certain people in a society. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a big problem. Actually, there's a lot of upheaval in the world today because of social inequity.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, Raul, what do you think? Excuse me.
About the quote, I think,
Yes.
yeah, some people fight. I mean, some people care more about their economic interest than their own right. For example, here in Venezuela, we are living through a difficult time because the ex-president died, and then the other guy came, and everybody voted for him because the old president said that vote for him. So people before that, people actually don't people don't actually care about the political situation in Venezuela. But now that we are really getting through a difficult situation, it's like, oh, it's affecting my economics. I'm going to fight because it's affecting my economic situation.
Ah,
I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, I think so. It kind of goes along with what Tharcisio and what Juan were saying. Um, Sometimes those things are very much intertwined. When you start to lose your rights and that affects your interests,
Exactly.
then people tend to get really pissed off. Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. I think that's actually, personally, I agree with you, all three of you guys, and I think that, yeah, you're exactly right. All right, let's look at another one. Tarcisio, I'm going to start with you. Okay. Ooh, I
The
like this
next
one.
quote.
Yeah, number 3. I know you have the number 3. Next quote. Yeah.
Mhm. Today's audience knows more about what's on television than what's in life.
Uh-huh. What
No,
do you
I
think of
don't
that?
think so.
Okay.
The opposite. Television have to know much about life.
Okay. Television has to know about life, but the quote is today's
They
audience.
need their viewers, the money. Audience, does it mean like TV viewers?
That's right. The viewers know more about what's on TV, television shows, than they know what's going on in real life. Like, for example, the news, or what's going on in Syria or North Korea, or in politics, in world economics. People know more about what's coming on in the soap opera than they know about what's going on in Syria, for example.
As I said, I think that television is based on life because they show how much deep, funny, and romantic life is. You know, they are basically based on television. Based, no, this word is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like art imitating life, or life imitating art.
I got it right now. Imitating life.
Okay, so television is art imitating life. Is your point? Okay, that's an interesting point. Yosra, is your microphone fixed?
Yeah? Yeah, okay, it works now.
Yay! Okay, terrific.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so what do you think about the quote? Today's audience knows more about what's on television than what's in life.
I agree. I agree due to so many factors. The most important one is globalization influences generally. You cannot see everything in life, and you cannot keep yourself aware about everything from your place. You're supposed to connect by TV or by something else. I think the TV here is not only the TV or not only movies. He talks about news, he talks about internet maybe, and so many ways to gain information. So I totally agree.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you that he's not just talking about television. He's using it as an analogy for media in a much wider way. I agree with that. Absolutely. I also would like to point out, I like the phrasing, due to so many factors. Okay, very nice phrasing. You're introducing the idea that there's a lot of different things that ideas or things that come into play. All right, I like that. Juan, 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 I didn't exactly say peace off, but I like that. Juan, are you there? Juan, is your microphone working?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I wasn't sure to which one.
Yeah.
To which one you were talking.
Raul is right. I was saying pissed off, which is a basically an idiom. It's actually a phrasal verb or idiom meaning very angry. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Juan, yeah, what is your opinion of the quotation number 3 that today's audience knows more about what's on television than what's in life?
Well, it depends on which audience. I think the quotation is referring to the more entertainment audience, the people that use television only as a source for what's the word, for leisure.
Ah, okay.
However, there are ways that I know it will never uh, replace real life or real experiences in life, uh, which we have had for several decades. Sources like news channels, channels that dedicate to specific topics. Uh, I'm not promoting any network, but I will say some names just to make a reference. Just the disclaimer first. And for example, Discovery Network. They have a variety of different channels for different topics, National Geographic and the other history channels, CNN, all of those, where you can focus and choose which topics you want to get more information. Something, well, it's the same as the internet, just in the TV.
Okay.
Well, now the internet always has been a very good source for multimedia and video. Now both are almost equal in content and ease of access.
Okay. All right. I like I like the disclaimer. Okay, for those of you in class or viewing, a disclaimer is a disclaimer is when you say that you're not you're about to say views that are not really your opinion. In other words, he's not advocating or he's not a fan of. He's not saying these are great television shows. Although I personally, I'll go with that. That uh, in fact, National Geographic, Discovery, I think they're much more better quality programs than, say, situational comedies and soap operas.
Mhm.
Personally, I'll go out on a limb there. I think so. Although I'm wondering what is going on with CNN. Actually, I can't even watch CNN anymore. It's always like either. I used to watch CNN all the time. Okay, now the heck with a disclaimer, but I have to ask you, Raul. I mean, sorry, Juan. I have to ask you, what is your opinion of CNN lately? It used to be CNN, I would get news. Now I either get opinion or I get human interest stories about some kind
Well,
of business in Africa, or I'm getting a very strong opinion from somebody. I just want news.
well, now that you mentioned that, I feel relieved that I'm not the only one that feels the same. Because I had that same. I perceived that. I have perceived it lately. A major
Yeah.
change in that
Okay.
focus. Can you say
Yeah, on their focus, yes. That's exactly how I would say
on their
it.
focus? And
Yeah.
I would also add that maybe a little more. I don't know how to express it in English. When the kind of stories and where they focus more in the strong content that normally.
Mm.
Let me make a comparison to explain better. With
Okay.
I think that Enquirer is a tabloid, a type of.
Ah.
It's because we have a name in Spanish that I cannot.
No. We do in English too, and
recall the exact name. Maybe if you can help me.
yeah, we there's actually a couple, and let's delve into vocabulary just a little bit. We can call it tabloid journalism,
Okay.
or when the journalists themselves. Tabloid journalism is sensationalism, all right? Really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! The 3 women were kidnapped in Cleveland. Oh, what do you think happened to them? Oh, we can only conjecture.
Yes.
Very sensationalist. And then there's also close related yellow journalism.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, in which they're actually making the news.
Mm-hmm.
The journalists themselves are creating the news.
Yeah, but just to add this other comment, I think it is happening also to major chains of news because
Yeah.
uh, as you can infer, I'm very addicted or fan of reading different news sources all day long, and I have noticed that even well, my country's a little one, but we have like 2 major um, from all the ones that we have, like 5 or 6, 2 major channels of
Mm-hmm.
news channels. They have lately changed their approach to one of those yellow journalism when there used to be serious ones.
Mm-hmm. I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if it's something in globally in the media, a
Something in
tendency
the
or
water.
something like that. Yeah, something in the water.
You know what? Usually when these things happen, and you may or may not disagree with me, but usually when we see these kind of sea changes, a big noticeable change in wow, this is like world social culture. When we see these big changes, usually it's all about money. That's my own personal opinion. Maybe I'm cynical. I don't know. Okay, let's. No, I know I am cynical, but okay, Raul, what do you think about the quote? Today's audience knows more about what's on television than what's in life. What do you think?
In the actual in the present, it can be interpreted like the social media, but I if if it is about that, I disagree with it because right now, like the Joshua said, the globalization is like so wide because we found out of everything is happening in the whole world about with Twitter, Facebook, the news, and it's like I know what's happening in the USA about the kidnapped girls in and I know about Syria, and I know about Korea, and I know about all those important news. And I mean, that's what I think because it's like the today the people in the present are like more informated,
Informed.
informed. I'm sorry about the the whole situation, the global situation of the political, the economics, and that's what I think.
Okay, okay. So in a way, we have to interpret this quote. Are they talking about television specifically, or when the speaker talks about television, is he talking about media? So we can have different interpretations of this. I'm gonna say hi to Alexis here. Hi, Alexis. Alexis.
Hi, man.
Hi, man. How are you doing?
I'm fine, man. How are you?
Good. I'm okay.
Uh,
We're kind of debating the validity of different quotes. We're looking at quotes and we're deciding if we agree or disagree, and then we're discussing it and what we think it means, and if we agree or disagree. Now we're kind of running out of time. I want to find a really good controversial one. So here, I've got one. I'm going to go to number 7 if you have the document. I'm going to skip to number 7. So, Alexis, can you see the screen share here? Whoops.
yes, I can.
No, okay. There we go. All right, can you read this for us?
Okay. Permissiveness is the principle of treating children as if they were adults. And there is no... okay.
Okay.
If they were adults and... Okay.
Okay, I'll help you here. And the tactic of making sure they will never reach that stage. So one more time. Permissiveness is the principle of treating children as if they were adults, and the tactic of making sure they will never reach that stage. Okay, by a famous psychiatrist. Okay, Alexis, do you know, first of all, let's just talk a little vocabulary. Do you know the meaning of permissiveness? Big, long, scary word.
Permissiveness. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Permissiveness is when you let someone to do maybe something that is not totally allowed for that kind of person. For example, is like a double stand behavior.
Double standard, did you say? Your microphone cut out a little.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
no, you're right. Okay. One thing, pronunciation, Alexis, allowed. When you let people do something that's not allowed, you use the word allowed, but mispronounced it slightly.
Okay. Allowed.
Okay. All right. Very good. And so, what do you think here? Permissiveness is the principle of treating children as if they were adults, and the tactic of making sure they will never reach that stage. What do you think this quote means?
We in Spanish we call it like what is the like in Spanish we say
Cría cuervos.
Did you hear?
No.
Okay.
When you say psicología inversa. It's like inverted psychology.
Oh, okay. In English, we say reverse psychology. Okay.
Okay, reverse psychology.
Okay, this is interesting, very interesting. So, reverse psychology in English is when you tell the child to do something, but you want him to do the opposite.
Yes.
Really? Okay. All right. So we're talking about the same thing. Okay. All right. So, kind of. I think really what the quote is saying is that if you allow your children to do anything, if there's no rules, if you're permissive, and you allow your children to do whatever they want, in other words, that's just like treating them as an adult. And I think the quote is saying that is the most sure way to make sure that they never truly become an adult. Do you follow?
No, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's look at it a different way. Alexis, do you think it's important to discipline children?
So discipline.
Discipline.
Yes, it's very important.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk to someone else. Yolanda, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, she's headphoning. Is that a verb? Headphoning? She's headphoning. I just made up a verb, people. Okay. Hey, by the way, everyone, in English, sometimes we make up words, okay, all the time, like Googling or Facebooking. Yolanda is headphoning. Okay. Yolanda, are you there? Yolanda? Can you speak? Oh dear. Okay. We can't hear you, Yolanda. So sorry, terribly sorry. But we're unable to hear you. You're gonna have to fix your microphone. Good one, Tarcisio. You guys are all verblinging. You're verblinging. I like it. Very good. Nice
Teacher,
one. Yeah.
can I say something about this phrase?
Yes, certainly.
Well, I know a case about that. The parents treat their children like they were adults, and they give them many permissions and many things like that, and the children are very impolite to many people, and they think they are raising them right because they say, oh, they are now very responsible and they now do what they want and things like that. But I think they are like raising monsters. Here in Mexico, well, in Latin American countries, we have a phrase that is like, "Don't raise crows, or they will pick out your eyes."
Well, that's a good one. I like that. No, I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. Okay, I think that's a very good point. And once again, Rodolfo, you said, I know people that are raising their children as adults and they're raising monsters. Yeah.
But
Very
I'd
scary.
like to say something.
Yeah, okay. Yosra, just give me 1 minute. First of all, a little feedback for Rodolfo. The word permission is a weird word. It's uncountable. There's no such thing as plural permissions. No such word in English. It's an uncountable. So we can't say I got 3 permissions from my parents. Not possible. Now, most words that are uncountable, we can make it countable by saying, for example, the word bread is uncountable, but I can say a piece of bread, a slice of bread. Advice is uncountable, but I can give you 3 pieces of advice. Permission is a weird word. It's special because there's no such thing as a piece of permission. Permission is like being pregnant. Either you are or you're not. Either you have permission or you don't. So there's no such thing as a part or a piece. It's a very kind of special, uncountable noun. But anyway, you cannot use permissions ever. Totally not okay. And
Okay.
also the word is impolite. The children are very impolite. I am impolite. Okay?
Okay,
Just
teacher.
pronunciation. All right. But good. I like, again, giving examples. You're doing good. All right, Yosra, hit it.
Okay. Okay. First of all, it's a very interesting quote, by the way. Okay, it's based on the age of the kids you are treating with. Okay, this is the first factor. The second one, I think it's about telling the kids or the child, here is right and here is wrong, and give him the all information that he needs to take his decision. Don't try to force him, just give him the highlights and let him know from, don't force him to do something. Just give him, or at least pretend to give him the freedom to choose. I think this way is better.
Ah, very interesting. All right, in English, we may use the phrase informed decision. So allow the child to make an informed decision. Of course, obviously to some degree, that, as Yosser said, that it depends on the age. You don't ask a 2-year-old to make an informed decision, obviously. I believe that's what you meant. Ah, okay, this is actually very interesting. In English, we may use the idiom two sides of the same coin. Okay, some parents are very strict and they never allow their children to make a decision on their own. They decide what job the child will do, where the child will go to school, who his friends are. Okay, very strict. But then, you know, the other side of the coin is parents who are very permissive and let the child make every decision whatever they want, you know? To some degree, I think that either one of those extremes are very bad, in my opinion. Okay, we only got a couple minutes. Does anybody have strong feelings they would like to express about this? Juan or Raul or Tarcisio? No. Okay. Does anybody know any? Okay, in English we say spoiled children.
Spoiled.
I mean, personally, I agree. Actually, I strongly agree with Yosra that I agree that children should be allowed to make mistakes. That's how people learn. That's another quote on the page, is people's mistakes are how people learn. If you're not allowed to make your own mistakes, you're never going to learn anything. I agree with that idea. Do you know, does anybody know any spoiled children? I know Rodolfo does, because he described them. Children that are spoiled children are children that have no discipline at all. They do what they want. Yeah, Raul.
There are children that they are used to the parents give them all. The parents give them all. So it's like I'm used to my parents give me all, buy me everything I want, and they actually, when they grow up, they won't fight. They won't work for themselves. So it's like I'm used that my mommy and daddy buy me everything, and,
Yeah.
and that's like you are spoiling a children. Like in English they say.
Yeah, in English we say spoiled children. That's exactly right. That's a good definition. Okay,
only one
guys.
word.
Yeah. What?
Only one word, please. Spoiled children will become.
Spoiled. Yeah.
Spoiled children will become spoiled adults or spoiled citizens.
Very good. I couldn't have said that better myself. Exactly correct. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for your participation. I have to close the class now because I am going to do another class right now. Thank you very much.